welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Friday. We made it this far. We're going to do some Pilates. Let's start it out with a couple big cleansing breaths. And again. Take one hand, cross your body, bring it over the knee, and twist. So let's set our intention for what we're going to do with this time. We're focusing on being present in our bodies so that we can adjust as we need to, and we're going to feel the difference between work versus strength. And we'll work as long as we can. If anything hurts, if we're straining anything, we're going to stop doing it. Rotate to the other side. So as we're going along, use the modifications to scale up or scale back as they're useful to you, with focus on quality over quantity. And again, shouldn't hurt. You don't have to press through pain with us. Bring it on back into the center. Switch the legs. Couple deep breaths again. And again. We're going to walk the hands as far forward as we can get them. So again, we're going to use this time to be present in our bodies. We're going to listen to them as much as we tell them what to do. We're just getting better at operating our vehicles in general. Take a deep breath here. And we're going to roll it up to sitting. And from here, we're going to pop right on up to standing. So, I'm going to adjust here so that I cannot see you. We're going to approach the mat long-wise, like a runway. All right? We're about to do some catwalk action. Reach it up to the sky. Head comes down, shoulders come down, one vertebrae at a time. And then we're going to drop the tailbone and stack the vertebrae to roll back up. Again, we're going to roll it down, one vertebrae at a time. And then we'll stack the vertebrae to roll back up. Beautiful. So far, so good. We're going to take that, we're going to roll it down, and we're going to walk it out. And the first thing we're going to do is try a modified plank. So a modified plank, we come to our knees. There's a straight line from the head through the hips to the knees. And we're chilling here. Drop the heart. So not rounding the back. We're going to drop the heart. So this is core work, and we're squeezing the butt cheeks. And since the modified plank isn't super intense, we can really focus on what muscles am I using to do this. We're going to use the whole hand, so it shouldn't hurt the wrist. So make sure the fingertips are carrying as much weight as the pad of the palm do. Take another deep breath here. We're going to tuck the toes under. Push the butt back. Walk the hands back. Drop the tailbone. Roll to stand. So that's how we always get up and down. It's incrementally. Again, we're going to roll it down like someone's unzipping the zipper down your back. And this time we're going to walk it out. And you have the option to do that modified plank or to take it to a standard plank, a high plank, where shoulders and hips are at the same height. Feet are shoulder width apart. Again, we're using the whole hand. We drop the heart, so there's empty space between the shoulder blades. So if it started raining on us right now, it wouldn't roll down to the heels. It wouldn't pull your lower back. If it rained on us, it would go between the shoulder blades and stay there. Take another deep breath in your plank. We're going to push the butt back and walk the hands back. Drop the toe and roll to stand. All right, we're going to do some archery. Grab onto your bow. Pull the bow, inhale. Exhale, reach it forward. Other side. Pull the bow, inhale. Exhale, bring it forward. Again, pull your bow. Bring it on back. One more time. We're going to take that down there. You can do it from the knees or from the feet. That will always be an option. Roll it down. Lock it up. We're going to take it out to the plank. So we have the option to do this from the knees. We have the option to do it from the feet. Both are great. It just depends on how today is going for you. Then we're going to add what we just did. Inhale, pull the bow. Exhale, plank. Inhale, pull the bow. Exhale, plank. Do it again. One more time. So we're back here in our plank. We're going to take a deep breath. Push the butt back. Walk the hands back. Drop the tailbone, roll to stand. So if you did it from your knees, maybe you want to try it from your feet now. Maybe if you did it from your feet, you want to stay there. It's up to you. depending on how this is going. We're gonna walk it back out, do the exact same thing again. Remember which side we started on last time, we're gonna try the other one this time. So the first thing is just checking into our plank. I've got my arms nice and straight, wrists directly underneath the shoulders. Shoulders and hips are the same height. Heart is dropped, flat back. That's really important. So this is adorable, but it's not a plank. This is adorable, but it's not a plank. So we're gonna flatten out that back, take a deep breath. Inhale, hold the bow. Exhale, plank. Inhale, hold the bow. Exhale, plank. One more each side. We have a beautiful side plank, and then we have a plank. So we're not just switching from one side plank to the other. Come on, back down, take a deep breath here. Push the butt back, walk the hands back. Drop the tailbone, roll to stand. Cool. We're gonna practice another bit. We're gonna put our hands directly in front of the shoulders, elbows tucked in tight, and just do this. So it's really narrow. Imagine you're in a narrow hallway, just pressing forward. Why are we doing this, Timaree? The answer is so that you know the form for a tricep push-up when there's no weight. So we got the elbows in, they're not out, hands aren't wide, it's right in here. And then we can really, really work the tricep. So I recommend doing this from the knees first. Give it a shot, see how it goes. So we're gonna roll it down, walk it out. We'll come back to that modified plank. So that's where we started. We have the wrists directly underneath the shoulders, and then a straight line from the head through the hips to the knees. So not resting back here, and it's not a lower back stretch either. So right here, dial those elbows in. So they're gonna be right next to your ribcage. Then the elbows for 3, 2, one more time. We're back up into that modified plank. So the whole time we kept the plank. We didn't do any wormy things. As cute as it is, we're not doing it right now. So I'm gonna tuck the toes under, push the butt back, and walk the hands back. Also, if you can remember it, try to alternate which hand you start with when you walk out and walk back. Let's go back down again. So you will continue to always have the option if you want to come to your feet or if you want to come to your knees. We're going to come back out to that plank. And again, just resetting ourselves, whether you're doing this from the modified plank or the standard plank, totally up to you. Dial those elbows in. We're going to bend the elbows for 3, 2, one more time. Holding that plank, take a deep breath. Push the butt back. Walk the hands back. Drop the tailbone, roll to stand. How are we doing, y'all? We're going to go back out. We're going to put it together. We're going to combine the push-ups and the side plank. Now, here's where it gets excited. You can do it from your knees the whole time. You can do it from your feet the whole time. You can also do a combo. You can do push-ups from your knees and then come up. So those are many, many choices, depending on how it's going. All right? Reaching up to the sky. Head comes down, shoulders come down, unzipping. Let's try it modified first. So we're coming down to our modified plank, dropping the heart. We're going to do a push-up. Elbows right next to the ribcage, and then inhale, hold the bow. I'm going to come back to my modified plank, tricep push-up. Inhale, hold the bow. If you want to, you can stay at the knees, bring it up to the feet. One more time. We'll come on back to our plank, take a deep breath. Push the butt back, walk the hands back. Drop the tailbone, roll the stand. All right, so now you're a pro at it. We're gonna go back out one more time. Make the decision how you wanna do it, and just focus on the best form you can. Roll it on down. Walk it up. This is gonna be our last set of these again. So find your plank first. Focus on the quality of the form there. You're gonna do your first tricep push-up. And then inhale up to the sky. Come on back to your plank. Tricep push-up. Inhale up to the side plank. One more time each side. Cool. From here, we're coming back into our plank. Take a deep breath. Push the butt back, walk the hands back. Drop the tailbone, roll to stand. Cool, how we doing? Woo, dance party. All right, we're gonna walk it on out to the back. I'm gonna put one foot in front of the other. Nice and wide, not the widest thing in the world, but I'm gonna step it in front and then reach my arms forward. And I'm gonna bend the knees. The weight's gonna go down into that back leg, so bend the knees. And straighten it out. Down into the back leg, and up. Down into the back leg, and up. So I'm not going forward into that front knee. When I go down, the front knee is just over the ankle. Down into that back knee. Shoulders are pulled back away from the ears. Beautiful posture in the upper body. 3, 2, we're going to lower down and hold it here. First thing I'm going to do is just getting acclimated to being in this posture. Now I'm going to add to it. I'm going to add heel lifts. Woo-hoo-hoo! Lift and lower the heels, but my height isn't changing. My upper body's holding still. Lift and lower the heels without changing the overall height. Upper body is nice and strong. Core is active here to keep us stable. 3, 2, we're going to lift up those heels and hold them. Gorgeous. Shoulders back, arms are out to hold this tree. Again, we're in a sort of lunge with the heels lifted. All of that's still happening. Now we're going to take the entire upper body and rotate. And bring it on back to the front. Yeah! So our hips are sinking down. We're going to keep those legs nice and strong. Heels lifted. Rotate. And come on back to the center. Heels are lifted. We're going to stay down in that posture. One more time. Bring it on back into the middle. Straighten out the legs. Fold it forward. We're going to keep those legs straight and stretch out the hamstrings. If you can't, flex that front foot. Take a deep breath. We're going to bring that foot back. Down dog. Take a deep breath here. Now we're going to walk the hands back. Roll it to stand. Other leg. We're going to step that other leg forward. Get a nice bit of distance between the two legs. That's going to be helpful when we add to it. Shoulders are stacked above the hips. Beautiful straight line in the upper body. We're going to hug a tree in front of us. And then we're going to lower that back knee down and come up. Lower that back knee down. So the upper body is just going up and down. There's not rocking and swaying in the upper body. It's all coming down into this back knee. So this front knee ends up directly over the ankle. It's not going forward. We're going down. Upper body is holding strong. This sort of very gentle little lunge. 3, 2, we're going to lower it on down to the lunge and hold it. Upper body is upright, so core is really active to keep us here so we're not rocking and swaying and doing a bunch of stuff. Now, if you're ready, heel lifts. We're going to lift and lower that heel without changing the height. So if somebody sees us from the rib cage up, it looks like we're not doing anything except for holding still. We're doing our little hug with the arms. Heel raise, heel raise, heel raise. 3, 2, lift them on up and hold them. So we're in our sort of lunge. Weight is going down into that back leg. Both heels are lifted. Take a deep breath here. And then we're going to rotate. And bring it on back. So the legs are going to hold still as we rotate the upper body. And bring it on back. And one more time. Rotate. And bring it on back. Now we're going to bring the hands, straighten the legs up. Bring the hands down. Flex the foot in the front to add even more to that stretch. Take a deep breath here, pressing into the back of the heels. So we stretch out the back legs, take into the front. We're going to plant the hands, bring that foot back. Throw it a downward dog, press the heels down. Stretch out the back of the legs. From here, I'm gonna take my right foot and bring it behind the left one. So across my legs here. So I'm back, and then I'm gonna squeeze forward to a plank. And I'm gonna dial back. I'm gonna squeeze forward to a plank. When I come back, I'm gonna sort of corkscrew back. My belly button's facing down. My belly button's to the side. My belly button is facing down. My belly button is to the side. 4, 3, 2, one more time. And we'll bring it on back. Kick that leg up and down. Right, the downward dog. Pressing the heels into the ground. We're not locking the elbows. Our arms are actively working here. I'm going to take my other leg. The left leg is going to go behind the right one. So now I'm sort of rotated. My belly button is facing towards you. And then I'm going to squeeze forward and corkscrew back. Squeeze forward, belly button faces down. Squeeze back, belly button faces towards you. So it's a little bit of a twist. Our arms are obviously doing some work to support us. The rest of this is really some deep core kind of stuff. And we're squeezing those thighs in towards each other. 4, 3, 2, one more time. Bring it on back, get that foot up, and over, downward dog. Take a deep breath, pressing the heels into the ground. We're gonna walk or hop the feet forward and apart. Drop your bum, and your hands can relax and come into a prayer. So we want our feet far enough apart that the heels are on the ground. Take a deep breath here in Malasana. So on a few different Fridays, we have worked on the bird of paradise. So since we've got a little bit of a warm-up, I don't want to end on the bird of paradise today. I want to do it right now. So here's what's up. I'm going to give you options, and you can join me in adding, or you can be like, nah, I'm good here. And that's totally fine, depending on how you're doing. So we're down here in our Malasana, firm and flat. Feet are far enough apart that our heels are on the ground. Now we're going to do a real quick test of rights and lefts. Rights and lefts. That can get confusing, especially since we're not in the same space. I'm going to take my right hand underneath my right leg, palm facing up. Palm facing up. Then I'm going to take my left arm up, 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 palm facing back. Up, 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 and over. And then my hands can find each other over by my right hip. So the first thing we're doing is a pretty big twist and stretch. Get that left shoulder as high as you can get it. All right, now if you're ready to add to it, we're going to straighten out the legs. Woo, that's a pretty good stretch. So my hands have found each other, and they're going to hold on tight to each other. So I've got my feet a little bit turned out, as opposed to pointing forward. That'll be helpful for what's going to happen next. So you can stay here, you can go back down, or if you remember that you are a badass, you're going to shift your weight to your left foot, less and less on the right leg, and then you're going to stand all the way up. Because you have to remember you're a badass though for this to work. If you don't remember, this isn't going to work very well. Then, if you want to add to it, straighten it all the way out. Hi, I can sort of see my face. So this is the full bird of paradise. Take a deep breath. We're going to bring it back in and down to Malasana. Right. So maybe you did it on that side. I'm going to do it on the other one. Maybe you didn't do it that time. Maybe you want to try it on the other one. We'll see what happens. Whatever ends up happening today is great. So heels are both down on the ground. Feet are far enough apart that we're able to get a nice solid stance here. Check in right and left. Double checking on that. Left arm is going to go underneath the left knee. Palm faces up. Underneath the left knee, palm faces up. Right arm is going to come up and over. Palm facing towards the back. So I'm getting that shoulder as high as I can, up and over. Then my hands are going to find each other. And if this is as far as you go, that's fine. This is a really intense stretch as it is. This is the perfectly good place to be. If you're ready to add to it, we're going to straighten out the legs. So now I've got both of my hands holding on to each other over by my left hip. And I am stretching out the back of my legs in this posture. We're cool to stay here. You're cool to go back to where we were. Or if you're ready to add to it, we're going to, again, make sure that our feet are turned out a little bit and shift that weight more towards the right leg, less on the left leg, more on the right leg, more on the right leg. And then you're going to remind yourself that you're a badass and you're going to stand up. And then after you've done that, you can add even more and straighten out that leg, and that's the full bird of paradise. Yeah, buddy! Take another deep breath up here. Bring it on back in, and relax. Let's shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Big cleansing breath. And again. And now, we're coming on back down to the mat. How novel. A Pilates class where we're down on the mat. So I'm going to come down to one end, so we have plenty of room behind us. And then, after we plonk our butt down, articulate the spine down. All right, after all of that, we need some panda time. And that means checking in with your body and giving it what you can give it right now. So it feels good for me to rock side to side. If it feels good for you, rock side to side. Check in with yourself. How do your ankles feel? How do your knees feel? How's your back? How are your arms? Do you want a little bit of motion? Does your body need a little stretching? Check in with yourself. Do you want to straighten out your legs? What would feel good in this moment that you can do for yourself? How could you adjust or move or stretch that would feel good? Take another couple deep breaths. Check it in with yourself and give yourself what you can. All right. From here, we're going to extend the legs straight and reach back. And then elongate out. Take one leg up to the sky. Reach up above the knee. And we're going to straighten the leg out. It doesn't matter how close the knee gets to your chest. That's not the point of this one. We just want to keep the leg straight. So that's an active stretch. It's not just passively like a test of your flexibility. You are engaging the quads and using your arms. You know that leg can go straight because this leg's straight. It's straight when you stand. It's just a matter of engagement. So we're going to take another deep breath here and we'll let it go. And again, pick it up and get that leg as straight as you can. We have to reach above the knee because it's a hinge joint. So if we reach behind it or below it, it bends. So we have to reach above the knee. We're going to take another deep breath here and then just enjoy this static stretch. Then we're going to lift the shoulder blades up. So the middle back is flat, shoulders are lifted. We've got enough room between the chin and the chest for a tennis ball. So we're not straining the neck. And then we're going to pull that leg in, let it go, pull in the other one. We're going to pull and then pull. Legs are straight. Shoulders are lifted. Toes are pointed. So that's our checklist of things we want to make sure we're doing. So the middle back is flat against the ground and fully supported. We're engaging the abdominal muscles to lift the shoulder blades up. Protecting our neck by not straining it forward. It's at a nice comfortable angle. And our focus is on the straightness of the leg. We're going to pull in and pull in. And we want to balance that breath symmetrically. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. 2 more to each side. And relax, stretch it all the way out. We're going to bring the right knee into the chest. Right hand on the outside of the ankle. Left hand on the inside of the knee. So that's outside hand ankle, inside hand knee. The rationale for that is alignment. Because if we do it the other way, it will almost certainly turn. So we want to keep that straight alignment. Take a deep breath here and just enjoy this stretch. Bring the knee to the chest and the foot to the butt. It shouldn't hurt, shouldn't be a strain. Let it go. Left knee to the chest. Outside hand, ankle. Inside hand, knee. Bring the knee to the chest, foot to the butt. And then we're going to do what we did on the last one, which is engage the abs to lift the shoulder blades up, point the toes, and we're going to start going back and forth in a dynamic stretch. Outside hand is on the ankle, inside hand is on the knee. Outside hand is on the ankle, inside hand is on the knee. So if this is newer to you, this is called a single leg stretch. You're probably going to have to go slow to think it through because it's kind of counterintuitive where we have the hands. So take your time. It's a stretch. You don't have to do it quickly. Extend one leg straight, bring the knee in. The whole time, as always, we're listening to the hips. If the hips pop, they're like, nope, don't like that angle. So we might be extending the leg too low. That might be a reason for hip popping. In which case, you'll just aim the leg a little bit higher. Shoulders stay up. We're checking out what's going on with our neck. We're not straining the neck. It's just lifting up into spinal flexion by engaging the abs to pull your shoulders away from the mat. It's a stretch, and it's got the same breathing pattern as the last one. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. 2 more to each side. And relax. Chill it on out. We're going to stretch all the way out again. I'm going to do my best not to knock over my water. Arms come up to the sky, head lifts up, shoulders lift up. We're peeling off of the mat. And then we're going to inhale to a straight back, stack the vertebrae. And then we're going to lower them down, one vertebrae at a time. Like you're grinding through a gear. Drop the arms, you're going to raise back up. And then we're lifting up one vertebrae at a time, peeling off of the mat. So it's not like a sit-up where we're pointing out reps. This is about thinking about a gear. And every single stroke of the gear is going to make contact independently. One at a time, at a nice steady pace all the way through it. So, if you're having difficulties with maintaining that form, you have lots of options. Let's say your legs are having a hard time staying still. You might want to bend the knees. You can create a base that is the size that is most conducive for you. And then you also have the option to use your arms to help guide you up and down. So it's not just your abs doing the work, your arms can also help. So these are options that you can use depending on how it's going. So if you don't need them, you don't have to do them. But if it's useful, they are really good options for getting the right form into our bodies, into our muscle memories. So our muscles are going to remember the form that we use. If it's good form, that's great. If it's sloppy form, we're going to have to unlearn it and then relearn it. So we can use these modifications so that our muscles will remember the good form as we get stronger. We don't have to unlearn anything. Inhale to that straight back and then lowering down, feeling it like a gear, one at a time. And we're going to do one more. Whether legs are straight, knees are bent, using your arms or not, all of them are great. And we're going to come on back down, bring the knees into the chest again comfortably. And if it feels good, rock around. How are we doing? Everybody's doing great. We're all doing the best we can. All right, so we did that roll up where the legs held still and the upper body traveled. We're going to do the opposite, which is the roll over. So if you have your hair tied low on the back of your head, you're going to want to move that or loosen it up. If you have a necklace on that might be that might dig into your neck, you might want to take that off. Just want you to be comfortable and not in pain. I'm going to bring the knees into the chest, legs up to the sky. And the first thing we do before we start rolling over is practicing just lifting straight up. So line your feet up with a feature of the ceiling, and imagine there's just like a tube hanging down from the ceiling over your legs. And we're going to have the head, shoulders, and arms just chill out and use just the core to lift and lower. So we're not flying back. We're just going up and down. trying not to press too hard into the triceps. Just a straight up and down. And you don't have to be high. It doesn't have to look high. What matters is that the legs, we want to create this nice L shape, this like 90 degree, and try to keep that. So we're going straight up and not back. So that's going to be really deep in the core to lift and lower your entire lower half. 3 more. One more time. All right, now you get to do the roll over. So head, shoulders, and arms are chilling out, and we're going to use the core strength to lift up and stretch over. So this shouldn't hurt. There will be compression of the shoulders and neck, which is therapeutic, right? It should be compression, not pain. If it's pain, just come right back down and work on something else. Otherwise, we're going to bring it down one vertebrae at a time. So we're laying it down, and then we're going to bring those feet up to the sky again. We're going to stop it. And then we'll lift up and stretch over. So we're getting a hamstring stretch of the legs, as far back as you can go with that. Try not to drown in your own boobs as best as you can. And then we're going to lay it back down one vertebrae at a time until the toes are pointed to the sky. Let's do it again. Up and over. So it's still the same mechanics as we did with the roll up. One vertebrae at a time. A modification for this one is when you get up, if you want to use your hands to support your bum and to help you lower one at a time, you can try to do that. And one more rollover. Up and over. We're going to articulate the spine down one vertebrae at a time. And then when we have this nice flat back, we're going to roll it up to sitting. All right, we're going to take a little stretch break. We're going to go back down to some more core work. All right, right, left. Always good to stand. We're going to bring the right leg up and over. Pulling that knee in towards the chest, not yanking the foot. Because it's a hinge joint again. Forget that, hold it. Let's say you want to add more to it already here. You can take the straight leg, the left leg, and fold it back. We're coming tighter into this little pretzel and taking care of this knee. So again, my right knee is in my chest. I'm going to bring my left arm up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, rotate to the right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm getting hunted. I'm going to take a deep breath here and twist. And relax. We can straighten those legs out again. Quick check of rights and lefts. And then we're going to take the left leg up and over. And again, I'm going to take care of my knee. I'm not going to pull this foot back because this is a hinge joint, not a ball and socket. I'm protecting this one. This stretch is theoretically something we're feeling through here. And then we can add to it. So if you want to take that straight leg, that right leg, and fold it back, that's an option. You don't have to do it. If it's uncomfortable, definitely don't do it. We got the left knee to the chest, right arm up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, rotate right. I'm sorry, left. Rotate left. That makes more sense, doesn't it? So I'm twisting past my knee and taking a couple deep breaths here. So we're getting a twist of the spine. Still getting a little bit of stretch here. Take a deep breath. And relax. All right, here's the plan. We're going to go back down and do some more core work. And what we're going to do is about 20 seconds of just straight core work in a supine position on the mat. And then you're going to have a choice to make. Do you want to keep doing that? Or do you want to do that work in the rollover? It's going to depend on what you want to do with today. So rolling into the rollover doesn't necessarily make it harder or easier. It's just different. So if you stay down, you'll have a more sustained, specific workout. If you roll it up, you're going to be switching it up halfway through. So that's up to you. We're just going to go through a couple things real fast, and then our final stretches. All right. So let's come on down and do some dead core work. Yeah, buddy. You ready? Okay. Roll it on back down one vertebrae at a time. Bring the knees into the chest and the legs come up to the sky. We're gonna bring the hands behind the head, lift the shoulder blades up. One leg is up, one leg is down. Excuse me, no. And we're gonna slice through the air. Hello, you're doing great, cat. So the shoulders are lifted, middle back is flat. I'm gonna slice. We're gonna slice through the air with straight legs. Slice it and slice it and slice it. The really key piece here is the shoulders are lifted and the middle back is flat. In a couple seconds, you're gonna have a choice. Do you wanna stay here or do you wanna roll it over? If you're ready to roll it over, legs come up to the sky, head, shoulders, and arms are rested. And we're gonna roll it up. And do the same thing up here in the rollover. If you need to use your hands to support your bum, that's fine. Hello, how are you? Yeah? 3, 2, 1. We're going to bring the feet back together, articulate the spine down. Again, the legs are going to come to the sky. Lift the shoulder blades up, one knee in, one leg straight. And we're going to cycle through that. Like you're riding a bike. Shoulder blades are lifted, middle back is flat. The really key piece here, is that we're listening to the hips and we're keeping the middle back supported by the ground with the shoulders lifted. In 5 seconds, you're going to have an option. 3, 2, 1. We're going to bring the legs up to the side, rest the head, shoulders, and arms, roll it up. One knee in, one leg straight. Trying to aim to the sky as much as you can without suffocating in your own boobs. For those who have those, I know the struggle is not happening here where I am, but I know it's happening elsewhere. 3, 2, 1. We're going to bring the legs back up to the sky. Articulate the spine down, one vertebrae at a time. Legs are up to the sky. We're going to lift the shoulder blades up, and we're going to keep the shoulder blades lifted and toes pointed. And from here, we're going to open and cross. Open and cross. So abduction, adduction. So A-B, and then A-D-duction. So we're going away from the midline and pulling in, away from the midline and pulling in. And you're welcome to stay with this, or 2 more. We're going to bring the legs up to the sky. Head, shoulders, and arms are going to rest. Lift it up and over. And we're going to slice. The higher you can aim towards the sky, the harder it is. So you can bring it back here. Or you can bring it up towards the sky. The higher you can get your bum, the more work it is. Abduction, adduction. Abduction, adduction. 3, 2, 1. We're going to bring this feet together, articulate the spine down, one vertebrae at a time, not pushing any cats. All right, this is the last thing we're going to do. Lift the shoulders, middle back is flat. So I've got my legs up to the sky. I'm so sorry, Kitty. So I've got my legs up to my sky, up to the sky, shoulders lifted, middle back flat. I'm going to slowly lower those legs, but only to halfway to the ground. I'm not going any lower than that. And very slowly back up. The slowness is the key. If you want more of a abs or burning sensation, lift the shoulders higher. This is the last sequence we're doing. Again, we're only lowering to halfway to the ground. If you go lower than halfway to the ground, odds are really good. You're going to do something to your lower back and lose the form and not realize it. One more time. And this is it. You can stay with this, or head, shoulders, and arms rest. Lift up. And then we're going to pike. We're going to bring the feet down and then up to the sky, trying to keep our butts in the same spots. We're going to hinge at the waist, to bring the toes down and up to the sky, into the pike. 2 more. Again, you can always use your hands if you need to. And one more time. Hinge and up. And then we will articulate the spine down, one vertebrae at a time. Nice. Roll it on up to sitting. All right, we're going to kick one leg out. Bring one foot in into this expansion. Reach it up to the sky. And over the top. Get those obliques and lats Take one more breath here. Up and over. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side. So one leg out, one foot in. Reach up to sky, big inhale. And up and over. Stacking the shoulders. Take one more breath. Come on back up. We're going to kick the feet out. So we're going to go wide, but still comfortable. So we're going to add to it. Inhale up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. If you have someone there with you, you can have them lay on you so that their lower back is against your lower back and you press down further into the stretch. That's always a fun one. Take another deep breath. And bring it on back down to sitting. All right. We did so much. That was so much today. You did it. So let's take our final cleansing breath. Breathing in gratitude. Once again, in celebration. Thank you so much for your time and your hard work. I appreciate you. It's Friday. Did it. Made it Friday. Let's have a battle. Yeah. On behalf of Ripley, she's very proud of you. You did great. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend. If you're my weekly folks, I will see you tomorrow, Saturday. Our boot camp will be high intensity intervals. Yeah, buddy. All right. Everybody stay safe. Take care of your various cats and dogs and friends. Have a good day.